So this is the episode 7 of our series Motion Verse. In one of my previous episodes, I showed you how exactly you can convert this boring static image into a premium branded element. And in this episode, we are going to animate them and create something like this. This is the scene 1 with cache element and this is the scene 2 with card element. So let's begin with the cache animation first. Here is our reference and here is our element. So I have already imported our cache element in After Effects. This is a pre-comp layer straight from our previous episode and here is our reference. So let's create this animation first. Now first, let's convert this layer into 3D by clicking over here. Now tilt this one a little bit by just clicking here, press R and change the X rotation just like this. And then the Y rotation as well, like this. Now you can copy my settings or use yours. Then we will select the layer again and press P on our keyboard and change the rotation. I'll change the rotation a little bit more, then change the position like this. Now click over this stopwatch icon, right, like this. Zoom in the layer. You can also zoom in from here, but I have a shortcut key with W and Q for zoom in and out. Now move the playhead a little forward, then change the position again. And you will see this will add another keyframe over here. Now select both of them, press F9 on your keyboard and press over here. Now this is our graph editor and we are going to play around with the speed graph just like this. And you can always reduce the gap to speed it up a little more like this. Yeah, now it looks better. Now let's add CC based turn effect. Just click on your layer and do it. Now I have an external plugin to open this panel over here, but in default, you're gonna have to go to Windows, then Effects and Preset here. Now here you can search these effects. But for me with the plugin, it makes my work more easier with control and spacebar, just like this. I leave the link of this plugin below as well. Now CC, page turn, and press enter. Now in order to apply this effect and change its settings, we need to see our element. So I'm gonna move our playhead a little forward. Now we can apply this effect. Click on this fold position center button. This will make our circle visible in this composition. Now you can select anywhere and place it just like this. Press on controls and change the settings to classic UI. Then we can save this effect. Okay. Let's keep it over here for now and let me see the animation. Right when it slows down, we are going to have to end this folding animation. So press here on a fold position keyframe, then move it a little over here, then change its position just like this. Then press U on your keyboard, it will show up all the keyframes. Now zoom in a little bit just to see more clearly. And we have this animation now. Now let me just change the position a little bit. Grab the ellipse tool like this and create this circle. I've already showed you this will not come up with the exact look. Now change the color black and remove this one. Now change its blending mode to color dodge like this and place it over here. Then create an adjustment layer. Then add CC light rays like this. Then click over here and place it wherever you want in the composition. Then increase the intensity and the radius a little bit and place it over here. Now we can see when the cache is not here, we can see this circle very clearly, which looks ugly in a frame, which we don't want. Click over here on the track mat and link it with the cache. This will hide our cache layer so we can make it visible again by clicking over here. Now what it will do is that it will limit this circle in the cache. It will only show up if the cache is there. If the cache is not there, it will not show up like this. Okay, now you can always play around with this center position. I'll keep it over here. I'll reduce the intensity, make it 80 for now. You can show your own creativity in this thing like this. Let's pre-comp these layers by clicking over here. Make sure you have chosen the right settings. Then press OK. Select the layer, apply VC reflect like this. Then click over here and place it right here like this. Then you can copy my settings and show your own creativity. It's up to you. So first of all, change the blur type from directional to fall off. Then increase the blur amount. I'll make it zero point 0.6 for now or maybe 1 like this. Then blur offset and then reflection fall off. So now we have pretty much this look. You can always play around with the opacity as well. So this is what we have created so far. It looks good. Now let's add a background. Grab the rectangle tool, double tap over here. It will add a shape layer over here with the size of comp. Now close this panel. Choose the same purple color which we want. So we need to choose a darker version, like a really darker version, and a black color. Let's center it. So firstly, we need to swap these colors with each other. So click over here and change their position like this. Simple as that. Now place this layer right below the previous layer. And we have this now. And maybe you can just increase the intensity of light rays a little bit like this. So this is our first scene. Now let's move on to the second scene, which is the debit card scene. So first, I have already imported card composition from our previous episode. So first of all, let's add this white line. Now that's easy. Just open this composition, add an adjustment layer like this, apply CC light sweep like this. Then place it over here, increase the width, change the sweep intensity from 25 to 0, then increase the edge intensity like this and change its position a little bit more and increase the width just like this. Now we have this white line and you can also change from sharp to smooth over here like this and reduce the edge intensity. Now we have it, right? So let's create this animation. Now to do that, we need to have this box thing. Okay, so let's create this one. Let's choose the rounded rectangle tool. So first of all, I will lock this layer so we won't mess it up. Now let's create a normal box like this. Then open this panel here and increase the roundness like this one. Then change its shape. Then let's rotate this one a little bit like this. Now choose the rectangle tool, click over here and create a mask. Turn on the inverted mask and we have it. Now all we have to do here is just change the color. Now apply tritone over here and make it purple. Now let's enable our card animation and unlock it as well like this. Place it over here, adjust the size. Let's play around with the rotation. Move the playhead a little forward, then change the position. Place it behind this shape layer actually. Then change the rotation a little bit more like this. Now add a position keyframe and move it here. Then press R on your keyboard. Make a keyframe, press U on your keyboard. Move this keyframe right below the second one and adjust the number from 10 to 27 like this. Or you can just increase it a little more like this. Adjust the keyframes, reduce their gap, like this. Now we need to decrease the scale a little bit more, I think. This one would be good. Now press U on your keyboard, move the playhead on one of the keyframes, select all of them, and change its position, like this. So this will not change the value of our keyframes, but will change the position. Now let's open the keyframes, and I think the position is way too far. Let's make it a little closer. Select one keyframe only and make it a little close and change the rotation a little bit, like this. Now it's good. Now click over here, and this will add another keyframe here, but it will not add any animation over here between both of them. Now let's move it ahead. Now the new animation will start from this keyframe. Let's change the position of it, just like this. Now we can see that. We can keep it here and add a rotation keyframe the same way, like this. Then add another one over here and change its value, like this. Okay, we need to change the rotation value a little more, -3. Yeah, now it's better. Adjust the keyframes until it looks good. Now again, add both of these keyframes again. Then change the rotation like this and the position as well. Now select the position keyframes and move them ahead a little bit. Then increase the gap between them. Adjust the keyframes until it looks good, like this. Then add another keyframe of rotation like this and the position one as well, like this. Now let's see what we have. Now it's looking good. Now at this point when it touches this object, this card needs to explode, which we will do in a while. But first we need to make this animation more smooth. Let's zoom in the layer, select the first keyframes, press F9. Now select these keyframes and play around with the speed graph, like this. Then select the other ones, press F9. You can just copy my graph like this, or you can create your own. It's up to you. Make sure the rotation and position graph is kind of similar, so this will not break the flow. If you want the realistic movements, then make sure the rotation and position graphs looks very similar to each other.
See,
Now this ending part looks kind of abrupt, so I'll just delete these keyframes and delete this position one as well. Now I'll add a null layer, now and link the card layer with it. Make sure the null point is at the center of the card, like this. Then I'll click over here, add a position keyframe and the rotation keyframe. Now, of course, select both of them, press F9 and change the speed graph, or make it a little slow in the beginning. Yeah. So at this point, it needs to explode over here. I'll add a marker over here so we can explode it later. Create an adjustment layer like this. Add CC light sweep on it. Then change the settings if needed. But for now, it looks good to me. So I'll add a keyframe on center, press U, and another one at the end, like this. Now we can see like this. Now let's create this line. Grab the rectangle tool, create a normal line like this. Make sure the anchor point is at its center, like this. Then go over here, remove the light color as well, and give more space to the black one. Let's choose a darker shade, and the same over here, like this. Now we have it. Now let's press S on your keyboard after selecting this layer. Then disable the uniform scale by clicking over here like this. Now it will change separately like this. So let's add a keyframe here and let's make it 0. Then select both of them, press F9 and copy my speed graph like this. Now we can have the random text coming from here. For now, I'll write Lorem ipsum 60 white. Now it looks good. Add a position keyframe here and at the end of it. Now we have this animation. Okay, the text goes very fast, so let's increase the gap. Now let's see. Yeah, now you can enable the motion blur by clicking over here. Now let's see the card animation. You will see the depth in the animation now. Or you can adjust the speed graph a little differently. Now select both of the keyframes of this bar, press F9, it will reset the speed graph and create a new one like this. This one looks better. Now let's remove the motion blur from the text. It will make it more visible and readable, of course. Now let's add the shatter effect on this card animation. So select the card animation, move your playhead to where we want it to explode. Now add a shatter effect like this. Change the view setting to rendered. Now let me just see. We have this explode so far. So let's change it a little bit. Change the shape from bricks to glass. For this, just to change the settings to make the scene more visible, I'll disable the motion blur from the card. Now we can see the difference over here with and without the motion blur. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. Increase the repetition. It will increase the number of pieces of the broken glass and the extrusion depth. I think this one will be fine. Depth like this. Yeah, this one's good. Reduce the radius to 0. So we can animate this effect wherever we want in the timeline. So as we want the animation at this part right here, so I'll just select the layer, go to force 1, add a radius keyframe, press U on your keyboard, move the playhead a little forward, not too much, just 4 or 5 frames, and increase the radius. Increase the strength as well, like this. And so this is what we have. Now we can increase the gap a little more to make it more smooth, like this, and change this one as well. And of course, you can play around with the keyframe positions until the scene looks good. Now, if you notice closely over here, these will disappear after a limit. Now, why this happening is because the comp size is this. The card size is limited to this area. Now, how we can increase it? Just open the layer and we can see the size over here. Just change the comp settings like this and increase it until we get what we want. And let's check it over again. Now it's disappearing over here. We need a little more, just a little more width and height. So let's make it 2500 here and here as well. Now it should be good. Now we have got what we want. Now we can see the shutter is looking through this lower case, which we don't want. So let's create a black rectangle right here, like this. Change it to a solid and change the color like this. Now we have it. So this is our animation now. And of course, you can just recompose all of it and again add VC reflect like this. And we can place it over here. Okay, so we can just remove the light sweep adjustment layer from here and place it in this one on top of it. Now it will look good. Yeah, now it looks better. So of course, let's change the blur amount. And of course, we need to make it a little more blur because it's a reflection. Reduce the opacity like this. Reflection fall off. Then the reflection distance. Now it will look better. And reduce the opacity a little more like this. And you can give a background just like we did previously. So let's open the cache animation layer. This copy the background, paste it over here, and place it below it. Now we have it. Now we can change the light sweep animation, increase the width, reduce the intensity. Now we have it. Now you can obviously adjust the keyframes and use the track mat to limit it like this.
So I will leave the link of this project file in description so you can get it for completely free. Also, do let me know in comments if you find this tutorial helpful or not.